Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 119 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's blog on my episode. You can find the links to the show notes for today's episode on my blog or in the Ravelry group. Links down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're a new viewer, thank you very much for checking me out. It's been not quite a month since I last podcasted. Things have been crazy. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for sticking with me. Likes, comments, and subscribes are always appreciated. Check out my Facebook group. Come join the Ravelry group if you're familiar with Ravelry. All that jazz. So, Cookie's somewhere around here. There's the kitty. She's liking the more floor space because I now have shelves. And with the shelves, I can get books off the floor. And I hung my Hufflepuff banner. I'm probably seem super washed out, but that's preferable to being half in shadow because I have a table lamp here and a floor lamp here and no light behind me, so kind of getting it from both sides. So there's not a whole lot of shadow, but I'm also getting my monitor glare, which actually, now that I think about it, I could probably turn that down so that I don't have so much glare. That's a little bit better. But yeah, so like I said, it's been nearly a month. Things have been crazy. Again, if you've been watching, you know I'm now working 2 jobs, so things have just been all over the place. But things seem to be starting to settle down, and I'm getting more into a rhythm, and I'm getting more of a set schedule. And now the school year has started both for secular school and for the religious school. I'm definitely getting more of a routine. My podcasting days are probably going to switch to Tuesday or Thursday. Starting in October. It's been kind of whatever day of the week I have time, which today happens to be Wednesday. But it's probably going to switch to Tuesday or Thursday because through October, I mean, it'll probably change once in November, but in October at least, I should be able to record weekly on Tuesday or Thursday because I'm going to have those days off from Tivana, but I will still have to work at the synagogue. But I will have some of my mornings, so we'll see how that works out. But if you couldn't tell from today's episode title, because I actually named the episode before I recorded it, which I normally don't do, so normally when I'm recording an episode, I have no idea what the title is going to be. But because I finally have a foe to show you guys, I actually knew what the episode title was going to be. It is not Jen finished. Jen, if you're watching, or anybody who knows Jen, the Uncreative Crafter, who also goes by Stormcoast, you are familiar with things being Jen finished, which means ends woven in and blocked. Well, it is not ends woven in or blocked, but it is cast off, which counts as done. I mean, it's not finished, but it's done, if that makes any sense at all. And I'm sure you can guess what it is. And it is my fade. Something I've been working on for like ages and ages and ages. So here it is. Right? I cut it a little short on this end, but I only did 5 colors and I was combining the last 2. So so this end color here, it was supposed to be another color, but I just cut it short because it was like 15 rows of garter stitch isn't going to make a difference on a shawl this size. Really, it's not. It's really not. So, you know. So that marker here is where I was when I last showed this on the podcast, and you can see I finished it. I'm going to have to block it because, you know, getting that to stretch out, but it should block out nicely. But I now actually have space to block it. I have space behind me on the floor, if you saw when I turned around and showed you the cat. I also have space in the other room up here. It is a little warm up here still, even though it is now dark out. I actually didn't want to record earlier with the sun streaming in the window behind me. Excuse me. So now it's like, you know, 8:15 at night. But, you know, you record when you can, and I felt bad about not getting an episode out. So, but it's done. It's finished. Well, not finished. The finishing is still to do, but the actual knitting of it is complete. So I'm very happy with it. Like I said, I haven't woven in any of the ends, but I will do that, and then things will be good. And then I will block it, and then I will have this nice, gorgeous shawl just in time for fall. You can actually see the color pretty well on this, so I think that's coming out good. So here it is. You can see all the colors like this. I'm probably muffled because I'm behind the shawl, but you can see all the colors. There we go. I have a foe! I haven't had one of these in months because like moving just killed my knitting mojo. But that's the way things are. So, so what I'm gonna do is now is I do actually have a little bit of stash. Ooh, that actually is better. I'm just fiddling with camera settings while I am recording, which is probably not the best thing to do. But I realized how washed out I was looking, and I'm like, ooh, I can make this better. So I am making it a little bit better, and there we go. So I'm not as white, but you got to see the colors of the fade, which is what matters. The rest of this is not quite so needful. So I was at Whole Foods today because I'm the kind of person that stops at Whole Foods randomly. They have they have grind your own peanut butter, and they have honey roasted peanut butter. And it's really good. Like, eat it with a spoon out of the container good. So I was craving something, so I went and got it. And I happened to pick up some Cook's Illustrated All Best Time Recipes. So this is a new one that came out. It's 25th anniversary edition. So it's like one of those like book magazines. So it's got like an actual like spine. It's not like just like a stapled magazine. And there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, there's bread recipes, there's potatoes, there's roasts, there's pulled pork, there's literally like anything you can think of in here. It's a lot. How to cook a pot roast, you know? And since I'm not the greatest cook in the world, it might be helpful. Worth the 13 bucks. At least in my opinion. I also have, I just picked that up because it was next to me. I have been working on what I'm calling my co-socks. That's the colorway name. I have, in fact, oh, that's lovely. Of course, needle comes out of stitches, so now I need to fix this because, you know, I couldn't just have something that worked. It had to, you know, not work and not be good, and they're double stitched. I'm in the process of turning the heel on the second sock of these, which is why I was going to pull it out and show you folks, because I am in the process of turning the heel on the second sock, which means there is actually something known as progress happening. However, of course, I had to go and yank the stitches out, so, you know, that's always fun. So now I have to do some repair jobs, and the heel is going to be all screwed up. Hopefully it is a repairable mess up, but we shall see. And of course I had to put the needle in the wrong way. I have to pull it out and do it again like an idiot. Because, you know, not paying attention. I mean, I could just rip it out and do it, but, you know, I've already done like a third of the heel, so if I can, you know, get away with not having to do that, alright, it looks salvageable from that point. Sorry about that, but, you know, triage is immediate and doesn't get on hold for podcasting. But anyways, I am on the heel of the second sock, which means, hopefully, once I finish turning the heel and I correct the dropped stitches that I just had, yeah, this whole needle just popped out. Fun times. It's still in my bag from my friend. I finally mailed that to Imicole, of which I sent her a skein of yarn as an apology, because I was a really bad podcaster. It took me like a month to send it to her, and I felt really, really bad about that, so I gifted her a skein of yarn. Hope you like it. I know you watch, and I know you already said thank you, and I know you said I didn't need to send you a skein of yarn, but I felt really bad about it, so I wanted to send it to you, because I felt bad about taking so long. So, I do also need to do the draw for my podcast, for the draw for the finished objects started for August, and then I have a little bit of stash to show you, and then I'm going to let you go. This is looking like it's going to be about a 15-minute episode. So I did lock the August thread. The September thread is open. It's there. And the rules are this. 1 post per project. It could be anything fiber, yarn, fabric related. So it can be a crochet project. It can be a quilt. It can be a shirt. You can have sewed a t-shirt or a dress or something. Just a crafty, fibery, fabricy related thing. Oh, there's the kitty. There she goes. If I pick her up, she'll get mad at me, so I'm not going to. But I need to pick. So there were 13 posts. Where's my generator? Of course, I need to find the randomizer. There were 13 posts, the first of which is mine. So it's 2 to 13 is what we're going to be doing. Come on. Come on. There you go. All right. Now I want an integer. So 2 to 13. 2 to 13. You can kind of see that. Randomize. 12. 12 was the first one I hit. 12. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit it twice, but 12, I swear 12 was the first one. You can see it up there, right? 12. So, Number 12 was, and I just clicked on something by accident, of course, like an idiot, was Jennifer Stack. PM me on Rav. You get a $6 pattern credit from me to you. Anything on Ravelry that I can gift you, feel free. Hi, Cookie. No. Okay, fine. Don't let me pet you. She like sniffed my fingers and then turned her head away. You know. So, Jennifer, Jen, do you go by Jen or Jennifer? I know you in person, so I'm not actually sure. And I haven't seen you in ages because the local yarn shop is closed. Yeah. My LYS is closed, by the way, so like I haven't been to knitting in weeks, which probably hasn't been helping my knitting mojo at all, because their sprinkler system broke and the shop flooded. Yeah. So she's hopeful to reopen this coming week. So fingers crossed that she actually does, and I can start going to knitting again because I miss going to knitting. I miss my ladies. But anyways, yes, Jennifer Stack, post 12, you win. PM me on Rav with the pattern you want, and I will gift it to you. So now a little bit of stash, and then I will let you folks go for the night. So, Lammy Toes, her name is Amanda, and she is the host of Not a Podcast, KNOT, Not a Podcast, and she's also the dyer for Lammy Toes on Etsy. And I used to follow her podcast pretty religiously. I still watch it once in a while. I'm still following it, but I am like a year behind on all the podcasts I watch, because between moving and retail, and then I'm just really behind. And I just don't have time to sit and watch podcasts like I used to. Because like when I was working at home for Amazon, I would just have podcasts playing in the background and I could keep up with them. But now that I have a commute, I can't necessarily watch video podcasts in the car while I drive. I can listen to audio podcasts, and I've been doing a fair amount of that. But the audio podcasts I listen to are not knitting podcasts, because with the knitting podcast, I want to see all the pretties, right? So like I want a video knitting podcast, but I can't watch them now because I'm either at my retail job, which you can't have your phone on the floor, or I'm at the synagogue where I probably shouldn't be streaming a knitting podcast while I'm doing my job there, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to find more time to watch them, but unfortunately I'm still really, really, really behind. So Amanda, I'm sorry. I still love your yarn. You're still an amazing person. And I wish I could keep track of what was going on. Oh, and so now she now has an Instagram for her shop. So here's the card. Should focus. Focus. There we go. Right. So Lammy Toes shop. So it's lammytoes.etsy.com, and her Ravelry ID is Wit. Her Instagram is So Nitpicky for her personal, and apparently there is now a Lammy Toes yarn Instagram, which is super awesome. I'm gonna have to go follow that. And she has her YouTube on there. It's So Nitpicky, and she's really cute. She's got this really cute lamb as like her logo, and it's adorable. And she's got stickers and everything. Like she has stickers for the bags that the yarn came in. I mean, it's cute. And I actually have one of her buttons. I met her in person once, and I did buy one of her buttons off of her Etsy. But anyways, the two yarns I have from her are non-repeatable colorways. These are experiments she dyed and put in her shop, and I snatched them up before anyone else could because I thought they were both really, really pretty. One of them has colors that are a little out of my color zone, and the other one I was like, yes. So actually, even though I'm a Jew and I technically am not supposed to celebrate Halloween, I actually do find Halloween really fun, mainly because dressing up and getting candy. I know that's not what the holiday is about. That is based on All Saints Day, which is based on All Souls Day, which comes from Samhain, the Wiccan pagan. I know that like there's a history there, and the history is absolutely fascinating as well. But I also really like dressing up, and Halloween's just fun, and it's like the one time people embrace the macabre, and like having a goth interest is like okay. I might not dress like it, but I'm totally like almost a secret goth. I'm actually not. I actually do kind of like black, and I like those like I don't know. I would never wear black makeup though. I'm too pale for that. I'm too naturally pale to wear black makeup. But anyways. First one I got was, and this one is Experiment 100, so she just numbers them in order. So this is a white base with splashes of like neon colors. I am going to try to turn down the brightness on the monitor, my secondary monitor, because I think that's interfering with the colors right now. So let's see. There we go. All right. So that's better. Yeah. So it has like this splash of like purpley blue in there. And then it goes into like these pinks and teals here. Then it's like a richer pink, right? And then it's got more like pink and green over here, a little more blue green, and there's some black in there as well. Like like if you dig in the skein, you start finding stuff. I mean, there's huge sections of cream, but if you dig in the skein, you start finding stuff, and it's gonna be really pretty. I bought it to make socks. It is on her sock base. It's on her Moon Pine Merino base, which is a 75/25 superwash merino nylon. So I think, in fact, both of these will become socks. I think these are. I have to smell the yarn. It smells nice. But I think these will both become socks. And then I have Experiment 104, which is why I was talking about Halloween, because it's actually a gray base, not a cream. It's a gray base, and it has splashes of the black in there. Like there's some hardcore black in there, and then it's got the orange bits too. So it's like she speckled it. So like she dyed the whole thing a very like light, like dove gray, and then she speckled in the orange and the black. And I think these will be really fun when they knit up as well. So that's the stash I have. And I'm at 16 minutes, which is probably the longest episode I've had in a while. But Jennifer, again, feel free to PM me on Ravelry with the pattern choice you make. As again, like I said at the beginning, likes, subscribes, comments are all appreciated. Feel free to ask me anything. I actually have an AMA thread in the Ravelry group. Nobody has commented in it in ages, but if you have any questions for me, feel free. Leave a comment on the video on YouTube. Leave a comment in the thread in the Ravelry group. Join the Facebook group. There's lots of ways you can contact me if you want. So if you have any questions for me, if you want to know what I'm doing, or you want to know just how obsessed with Harry Potter I am, because it's a Hufflepuff Quidditch banner that I put on the ceiling. Yeah, okay. I'm obsessed. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to let you guys go. And have a good one, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye!